So, where's the peel here? A second. Yeah, see, it's recording the red little button on top, right? The
Yes.
last corner,
Yes,
yeah.
I can see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you in some, it's like gray, gray uniform. I see one, so there is a lot, you're kind of standing right in front of me. Let me touch you. That's you. I'm just looking on the right side of your arm, on the right arm, because you're standing this way. It's like I see it here. There's like a label. It's an interesting one. Never seen that one. So it's dark gray background, yellow stripes, like horizontal 2 stripes on a label, on a logo, and there's like a flying eagle. Flying eagle, I think it holds the yeah, there's like a circle, like a wreath with the you know, it's weird, like I see swastika and then it turns into a key, like a golden key, like an eagle golden holding a key was his feet. But then when you touch it, it turns into a swastika. You say, so I'm just trying to look where it leads me, because I see you walking and there's like a dome outside, and that's the moon for sure. And you walk into this biodome, it's like kind of like transparent if you get close, but not transparent outside. Just interesting, because when you touch it, you can see through. It looks kind of like you know, that the round kind of biodomes, and it's submerged into the underneath, and there's like ways. There's way to the right, way to the left. They lead to elevators. Elevators bring you down. There's different levels. The level looks like, they look like kind of rather metallic floor or something like this. Couldn't, because I'm following you. You're on the left. And then there are doors on the side that you come out of the elevator, and it's just like in the building, was the office building, was rooms, and you go to the K1 room, and I see it's like very simple. You just have a desk. It looks pretty like a metallic type of desk, and a simple chair, and there's like a screen of a computer. It's like very slick. And once you walk in, it's like connected to your consciousness or something, because it lights up the screen, like from you just walking in. It's like reads your energy in the room. And I see you looking at some map on the screen, and I see Aquila constellation, like that. What is this? In English, one sec. The Eagle constellation. And you look at the ships. There's a lot of ships, and they are like triangular long, but they build up on top of each other like levels, and the levels every time you go like further up, it goes smaller and smaller, and it goes like on lines. I feel like those lines are some type of corridors. They lead to this one room, and that's like outside it looks like that, but there are a lot of them. There's like 20 of those ships, around that constellation. And I see them move on the screen. In your project coordinator, that's what you said. Project, which project? Black Diamond project, 32. I'm trying to see which what is the program you are in? And it's like what came to me is Kruger right away. You're in that program. You coordinate different projects, but it's mostly related to space, to coordination of different coordinates, like, you know, and here's the A, B, C, like that, and they have to be in certain configuration for the, you said, like energetically to work, or like, you know, how to close, make them, instruct them to close, to reconfigure different portals into different dimensions. And the way to access these dimensions is like portals are around, basically they're in each Milky Way galaxy, like Milky Way galaxy, and also those nebulas that, like, I'm looking at the Aquila, that's where you're working on now. And there's like M33, M34, and those are portals that to the right, like here from that constellation. But they kind of belong to the same conglomerate of energy. It's like if you look from it from a different perspective, you look like a big vortex of energy, literally. And big vortex gives birth to little ones, and you can use them as portals. I mean, just like a system, and you can open them up, you can kind of expand them even, and you can go the whole squad or the fleet of those ships. 20 of them can go through into different dimensions, and I actually do see them go through into seventh dimension, and you're like watching them because I think they have a GPS for sure. That's what you look on the screen. The portal is purple, and you're sitting there looking, and you know, you're like given instructions in your head, and that in your head, I think you have an implant there, because it looks like in your head you have an implant. It looks like a horizontal kind of like plate with on the sides. I don't understand, this material is kind of funny. It's like squishy on the side. The tubes are squishy. Into each tube, there's like 5 different cords, different colors attached, and they're both sides, and they go to your eyes, to your ears, go down your throat, and kind of like spread out on the body. That's how I see it of you on the moon. And that gives you a lot of like extra abilities, and also treats your mind. The computer's connected, and what they do is they get your commands in their ears, like literally they hear your voice in their ears. So the commanding, they're the pilots who are in those spacecrafts. Yeah, and they're on the mission. You're like commanding the mission. They're supposed to go to the 7th dimension. It looks very strange because I see humans there, but they're rather in an energetic form. And I see them directing some big metallic, kind of very tall metallic robot-looking creatures. Like they create them. What do they create them for? It's like a project. How they can be used for different things. They can be used for conquering planets. They can be used for saving somebody, or opening. Just kind of like doing heavy job because they're huge. So, could you please like mute the microphone because I hear some like noise.
I wonder how I'll do that.
It's at the bottom of the screen, like the round circle with the microphone in it, because I hear something like the noise.
No,
That, and then
okay,
you can unmute when you want to ask a question. Yeah, I think you did it. Thanks. So, and you just, it's like about humans are working for programming technology, for creating, for programming, for improving. And this is like a robotic army type thing, like I don't know, robots that can be used for different purposes. They can carry very heavy weight, and they're used for transporting different huge, like heavy containers, things like that, because they have this long arms with kind of like clasps like this, and they can grab anything. And those 20 spacecraft just landed there, and they brought some other equipment for their labs. I don't know what it is. It's just like big containers, just rectangular ones, metallic, with kind of lines on them. Indentating, how do you call it? Indentations of lines or something like this. The dark gray metal. And yeah, what they do, they collect those creatures on a special craft, and they send them in the into the wormhole that they create to different timelines of different planets when they've been invaded. And when they want, so basically what they do, they kind of help out to destroy those who invaded them, but at the same time they would just take over the whole planet because of the knowledge. They're interested in knowledge and technology, so they're looking for specific planets in low vibration who's been conquered by some alien race, and what they do, and that Kruger coordinates that. They take over those. It's like a chain thing. One alien race took over one planet, and then Kruger would come and take over that alien race who took that planet. But then they would gain like a lot of technological information in technology on top of DNA samples that they treasure so much of that particular race to trade for something else. I see some other strange planet because that planet has, it looks like the moon, and it's obviously kind of just like an artificially created satellite like the moon, but it's gray and kind of like light gray, and it has a lot of those domes on top, lots of them. It looks almost like a bacterial cell or viral cell with those round domes sticking out all around. But it's like a headquarters and the information plus coordination control center for the for that particular universe. Let me see, what universe is that? Number 118 universe. They somehow number them. I don't know how they count them, but the number pops up. And well, they pretty much have access to a lot of the universes because now they have access to so many souls in different star systems that they conquered and made the planets like prison-like planets like Earth. So they use those beings as well as like walking portals, and through their consciousness they can access any of their other bodies in other dimensions, other realities, and go there through them to investigate and see how they can infiltrate that society also. And that's what they do. But there's another counter reaction going on when on a lot of those planets, universes, galaxies, different beings are waking up to the fact that they're being used in this intergalactic trade system and empowerment of the Draco Draconian Empire, mostly, but plus reptilians who deal with them also. I don't know, I'm just looking at the symbol of a lion with the crown on top. It looks like that lion from the different symbology. And then I see you like a man with the camel in the white robe with that ring around on your hand, and you're on the Gaza strip of like there. I see a lot of pyramids around, like very dry ground. You're walking sandals in this white robe, and you're a man of 26 years old, and you come from Andromeda Galaxy, you said, to help out people to progress in their consciousness. But you said it's a crazy house here because all the alien races, benevolent and malevolent, came together and they started this fight of duality when each one wants to liberate the earth, another one wants to yet enslave it even more. And then you say this is gonna last for a long time. First, it's an open fight when we have galactic war right above the earth. But then we have a silent war of consciousness that is going on now. And you're showing me like a hologram in between your hands, like you do this with your hands, and you show me the layers. That if you go pass through the layers based on your experience, you just get like on top and looking at it as if I was standing on top of the pyramid looking down. Everything would look like not real, but you would still keep the experience of being down there and being like others, and they have a different perspective. So that a lot of you are now on top of the pyramid looking down and understand that the people have to go through different stages to get up. It's like an invisible layers and then ladder going through them. You show like in zigzag motion like this. Yeah, you had a life there. And you were just, they made you collect like food from people. You would go from village to village, but you would also cheat on them because you would not take food from those who didn't have much, and And I feel like those phelinoids took over your. It's just many 14 people who came from Andromeda, from your race, and you're like on Andromeda. You weren't even 100% Andromedian. You were a blend. You were hybrids, kind of different alien bloods. You know, like DNA mixed in, because the idea for you was to improve some abilities in your race, and that's what you were doing to yourself. But you're doing it by mental control of your own DNA. You can modify it by thinking it into being modified. That's what you said. Because you would travel a lot, you would go study different star races, and you would take the best you could take from them in terms of characteristics and abilities. And that's how you were. Basically, you came here by yourself to participate in this experiment type and to kind of push away the negative force, but you never succeeded because they took you over. And I see the phelinoids are the ones who took you over. But I also see the phelinoids standing next to the gray reptilians, and they're shaking hands. So I see the reptilians. Reptilians are different. They're gray.
Can I ask for a timeline?
What is that? Sorry.
Can I ask for a timeline?
Which time?
When was this time?
The Egyptian time? Or which time?
Yeah, this Egyptian lifetime. Well, how long ago was this?
2 million years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was, imagine there's like, I see more than 200 different timelines related to Egypt. So
Wow.
here, that's one of them. And I heard the word Tutankhamun. I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, but that's how I heard it, like Tutankhamun, like very strong voice, you know. And it's some Egyptian, right? Because I see.
My name? Is this my name, Tutankhamun?
No, that's some Egyptian figure. I see him like in some sarcophagus laying down in the pyramid. And I see like you would be in the pyramid. You would bring some people in there sometimes, but that's when the phelinoids and those nubus or nobu, you call them, you know, those beings with like wolf heads, would not watch, and you would sneak them in. And the whole idea was energetically you could heal people who had some conditions or diseases or whatever. Because I see some specific it's almost like the energetic light that you could see, like a point of light in the pyramids. It would bounce off the sides and would end up in one of the spots of the pyramid, and that's where you would know to put the person in to be healed. It's like the pyramid concentrates its energy, and the sarcophagus is used because the soul is inside. It never left the body. The body is like in sleep mode, like in stasis, and that would be like a motor of the whole system, generator, and of energy. They would zigzag, bounce off of the side of the pyramid, and kind of focus in one spot. And you would just bring a person there. You would get instantly healed, because that like we call it sunny bunny in Russian, you know, like a focused light spectrum or whatever you can call it. I mean, it kind of like gets into a person, it spreads, and his vibration go up. And due to his vibration goes up, it's almost like it normalizes the energy in his body, so he feels better. Something like this. You would just know. You're like very technical, but also you know how to operate, how energy healer type person. You knew that in Egypt, how to do that, how to use pyramid structure, and some soul or something as a generator to generate potent energy of healing in it and direct it through a body of a person. So just going back, I'm going back to your energy sphere. I'm just standing right here, so I see the gray reptilian staring at me. He's like I see his profile here right close to me, and I tell you to freeze him, which you did. He's got this big yellow eye, the slit looking at me. And then there's I have to ask him who's his boss. Oh, there's this green reptilian coming. He's very tall, very long tail, really long tail. Almost looks like a T-Rex. And so this two here, and then I see the felinoid woman, I mean female, because I clearly see female energy dominating. And that's a wife who likes to, I mean, they all like inside your energy sphere. There's a being of light. He kind of joking with me. He came up as a Jesus kind of type figure. Even the face looks the same, like they paint. Let me touch him. He's in a white robe with a white cape on the back. Oh, that's nice. Is a mantis being. And the mantis, who's behind the mantis, who's controlling him? Oh, the mantis are controlled by a couple of Nordics, a woman and a man. Wait, let me check. I see an interesting label on the side. It's like a label with the blue type of sun. And it's like half, it's like this, looks like this. On top, blue sun was rays going all the way through the logo. Like, and I lost the, I saw there's little details, but then I lost it. It's like a letter P, but behind, it's just like I see it's at me like letter P, but the line of it at the bottom, it has like a cross like this over it, and the cross is like two swords. Let me remember this sign. I wonder. But then on the left arm, they have a interesting 4-point star, which like a 3D because it's sticking out. It's a bright blue star. I think they use it for something. It's just part of the suit. It's technology. Oh wow! If they touch it, they can actually freeze you. They can stop anything. Like they beam the light from the star on the sleeve at any being they want to freeze, and it stops the being. Shocks him. It's like a shock system. Yeah, it's for protection. So let's see how you. Yeah, basically we don't have to see. You came by yourself in a spacecraft. Looks like 2 long capsules connected with the 3 tunnel systems. That's your spacecraft you came. There's 28 of you who came from Andromeda constellation, from the gamma ray system, star, gamma ray star. That's what you said. I don't know. I've never seen that one. And you got captured here and stuck. You're stuck. You say you are. And you feel like you want to do something about it, but you don't know in what direction to move. And you also have the strong desire because it's always been in you, like you need to help, but you don't know how, when, and what you're supposed to do. I'm asking this. I feel like that tall reptilian is really in charge of everybody here because he's like a dominating figure. Those other ones are just using your energy, like especially the being of light, who turned into mantis. He's all about substances, but studying biological body, how it works, hormones, melatonin, how to influence that, how to influence those hormones that influence your mood. It's all about the mood, the mental, emotional body for him. Some sort of project you're participating in. So, yeah, this green one brings the stack of papers. I think it's like your contract or something like this. 202 lives, 202 lives. Half of them are just written like stories in the book, and they made you memorize them via technology. In the heart, some interesting thing, looks like a 3D snowflake type thingy. It's in your heart, and when they want to activate some program, because it's connected to your subconscious provides the energy to it, and it starts spinning. And every kind of like spike of it has a certain information to it. And so I said about that implant on the head already. You're putting together, you're kind of going through quickly all those papers, lots of papers. You put them in metallic box. You said that you never agreed to any of this. You never agreed to participate in anything either, and you just want to go home because that's what you want to be, and that's what your job is, and all this. So you burn it up. You take out the implant. It's like the cords with the lenses from the eyes, microphones on the ears connected to the implant in the head. You take all of it out, and then you reach for that snowflake looking thing in the heart. It was literally blocking your connection with subconscious, even though you still have access to your subconscious and everything, but just not as much as because they intended to block that connection up to 75% at times. It depends if you would find good information or would start thinking in the right direction. They wanted to prevent that from happening. That's why they would send people in your life to distract you, situations in your life, things like that, and use that implant system also. There's something I see at the very bottom of the stomach. It looks like a round circle with circle inside the circle. And in between those two circles, a small one and a big one over it, there's some sort of light. It constantly keeps circulating. It's like it's just all about this belongs to the mantis. He reads all your vital signs, how your body functions, how it reacts to certain stimuli, and she wants to know all of this. Due to your DNA, well, basically he has a big database, and due to each person's DNA, body functions differently, respond is different, and that's what they're studying. That's the topic of his. So you take this one out and you put it on the portal. You took the heart implant, head implant out. There's two energy balls on both sides of your lower back. Let me see what those are. It's like a magnetizing something mechanism of. It also gives access for them. For some reason, it gives access to your energy body when your energy body is not pulled out. They can easily pull it out through those two energetic balls. And they do it at night. Most of the time they would do it at night to reprogram you or to change your implants. They actually do it quite often. Like I see every 2.5 years they would replace and put new implants in. So you take those out too. And they're literally like energy balls. They're constantly spinning and spinning, but except there's like a gray, kind of grayish energy in them. So you took all the implants out. I'm looking at your emotional, mental bodies, and they have like a lot of fear in them. It's like underlying fear mostly came from. So you have two lives, and 101 lives, like exactly half, are not yours. They like took them from Akashi records, edited them a little bit to fit into your kind of profile, and inserted them via implant in your head. So you'd have certain responses they needed based on the experiences of those fake lives. So you burnt out the contracts, you put them in the portal that you drew with your finger on the wall of your energy spheres, like a door. And then you just basically what you did, pretty interesting. You ordered those chakra overlays out of your body. You just like push them out with your mind, just order them out. And it's just energies that you send them, you send to the black hole to be to change, so the molecular structure can be changed and they would be like a building material. They can use it for different things. Let's see the DNA. The DNA is 3-4%. Insert reptilian 1. You're taking it out now. You somehow blocked it. But sometimes you would have this unexpected kind of like thoughts leading to negative, kind of rather thoughts or even reactions sometimes, or just like you would feel, especially in the younger age, you would feel like you couldn't control your emotions or reactions. Well, that's due to this 3 to 4% of this reptilian DNA literally like injected into your energy body, and it's modified it, it's mutated it. So what you're doing, you have like 72 strands and you're fixing them, as you're saying. So you basically just changed it to 72 back to original. You have an interesting green and blue strands there. I think the green comes from a different. It's like off belt of Orion. There's a planet there. It's all green. I think you got DNA from that planet. And I feel it used to be a beautiful place, but now they build up some technology schools for reptilians and Dracos. That's what I got. And change your DNA, raise your vibration, and then you're just kind of like scooping up energies from your mental emotional body and just forming big balls and rolling them through the portal. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it's from all those lives. So you just delete those 101 lives that don't belong to you. The other ones you launch it's like you do this and your energy just being launched to clear up the all the timelines there, all the timelines that you would like to change, all the timelines that reptilians had access to, and they went through them to access that particular dimension, because each and every one of your lives on Earth had like a little routing system going to different lives on different planets. And that's how they would collect information through you about other races also. So I did that. Yeah, you can ask me questions because I see you in a different suit then. I just saw you like in a dark navy, it's almost like dark navy black suit, but there's a label with like two eagle hats like blending into one. It's like one into another, like yin and yang, you know, that sign, black and white, like just like that. I know what it is. And there's well, I kind of know. It's like some corporation on the moon. It's its logo. Eagle hand. Eagle hand 31 group. Yeah, you've been involved in different little things here and there. But what I see is clearly is like you've been in Kruger. It's just like big letters constantly keeps popping up.
Did you say Kruger?
Yes.
What do you mean by
Peters. I don't know. I got your name. I see it clearly. Peterson. Commander Peterson.
when you spoke about the lifetime of working with pyramid structures, would that be of importance for me now to work with pyramid structures?
Yeah, because you understand how the energies flow in geometrical kind of different configurations. You know, when you go inside the building, depending on how it's built, you kind of become part of the building, feeling the energy of it, and you know which points, in which location to put what, even like, let's say, a bed to sleep on, right? Where it would be a healing spot for a person inside the house to be. It's like that's what the knowledge you used to use all the time. Or when to cook food to make it like more energetically um you know, kind of like powered up, or uh healing, or bringing more of those healing energies. You know, it's like that, like you knew the shapes, the sacred geometry type thing related to healing.
And you said that I was involved with energy work or energy healing. What form of energy healing would be good for me to work with now?
You know, it's like in your head, it happens automatically to you. You don't really realize that that's what it happens. In your head, you are just direct energies the right way, and you can put them around the person the right way, and that energy would trigger a response in a person from subconscious of that person, and that subconscious of that person would fill up the spaces of the overlapping geometry figures or geometry shapes. And when it's filled up, the energy sphere of a person would get healed. Like if it has any abnormalities or dentures or indentations, or how they called, yeah, just like cracks, holes, whatever, like they would just get filled up with that person's energy, thanks to the geometrical structures that you knew how to put together with your mind. And it's like consciously you don't understand what you're doing, but you're doing it subconsciously, and you do it automatically.
And the mantis being that you spoke of, is that mantis being a helper or a guide for me in this lifetime?
No, he was using you for experiments. All those experiments to collect data about the hormones being released in your related to your pituitary gland location. That was the one.
Sure. And how did I become free of that experience?
Guides are part of the matrix system of control. When you believe to guides, that's how he came to you. He came to you when you, based on your belief in the higher power beings. And that's why he showed up as a Jesus being, you know, as I said, because he knew that since you believe, you would let him into your energy sphere. Once you believed and let him in, he just started doing experiments like he wanted to do on you, taking your energy body, injecting you with stuff, and seeing your reactions and all these things. I mean, in reality, those guides, they don't truly exist at this level, and the guides are not needed. You're your own guide. Why would you need a guide if you create a being? You guide yourself, and you're responsible for yourself guiding you. And then nobody's to blame if you get something screwed up. You can try it again to reconfigure it and change it and make it right. And then you take the whole full responsibility on yourself for your own creations. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you act would create your outside world. And nobody can guide you better than you, because you are the one who knows you yourself inside better than anybody else would know.
Makes sense. And what about connecting to ancestors?
Depends what you mean on ancestors. Do you mean family members, or do you feel your astral kind of like family members, your star race? What do you mean?
About human relatives, ancestrally.
Human relatives. They carry information, but you're connected to that information via your biological suit, which you call your physical body. But if you get out of your physical body, you're not connected to them anymore, because it's a fake system imposed here on us with the like family members and all this. So they you can access them if you want. You can access the information. You just think about it and you do, and you already carry it in your in the molecules of your body. It's kind of like a blueprint in a way.
Can I ask you why I've been seeing the numbers 2222 a lot, or 222?
Yeah, I see it's connected to 202 lives, because your subconscious would kind of show it to you. To pay attention to it, because half of them are not yours, and he wanted, like, your subconscious wanted to fix that, because you don't need to have trauma coming from those lives either. Like, you would feel lighter if you eliminated them, which you did. You deleted all of them. And by the way, you also got rid of the beings also. I don't see them in your energy sphere anymore. So cleanse your mental, emotional body, fix your DNA. Wait, there's one thing left. It looks like you have 3 clones. So one of them is that Peterson, whatever, commander, I guess. Another one is this project coordinator that I saw you first. Malak. M-A-L-O-C. Malak K. But that's on the tag of your suit, I read. And the third one, let me look at the third one. It's on Mars. Technical assistance on Mars. I see something related to generators of energy for the computer system that you work on. This is on Mars, the third one, third clone. If you want, you can disconnect from them. It's up to you, because they do drain your energy. Each clone gets like 9% of your energy. So 9 by 3.
To be honest, I feel very, very tired over the last couple of years. But I think that could be due to, since my last partner passing 2 years ago, I've just been feeling incredibly tired. So maybe it's more to do with the trauma of loss, but maybe it's to do with the clones. I'm not sure.
It's mostly that. It's like clones drain you, plus experiments done on you, and the implants that you just got rid of, they were draining your energy. I see 32% of energy was drained by the implants, plus the 3 by 9. So that's that from the clones. So it's a big percentage of energy drained, you know.
Sure. Can I ask a more kind of human this lifetime question, which is, what is the lesson I am to learn from being widowed twice in this lifetime?
Oh, that's not the lesson. That's the torture they had to put you through, based on your, you know, those pieces of paper they brought as contract. I don't know. They didn't put that in the book. It's like you have them separate, like literally pieces of paper, and then the stack of them. The green reptilian brought them. He's the keeper of the contracts. And it's not a lesson. The lesson is like it's a matrix program that they try to make you believe into some lessons that you really need to suffer, and that's how you learn. In reality, our subconscious knows everything. It's that our physical part doesn't know much most of the time. Rational mind that is in the physical body, they just wanted you to suffer to get more energy. The more you have negative thoughts or emotions, or you're in a bad mood, or you know, depressed because you lost somebody in your family, I mean, you produce a lot of low vibrational energy, and they love that energy. They collect it, they use it for powering their spacecrafts, their technology, creating new hybrids, new clones. You know, it's because they need to power up their stations, their underground facilities, everything, you know, the astral levels too. So
What would be the best way for me to raise my vibration and step out of those feelings of anger and depression and low vibrational energies?
the anger was due to your 4% of that reptilian DNA in you, and they would trigger it also through implants. It just, think about it as it was in the past. Now you cleared up your energy bodies, and they just it, you know, you're just totally different person because you don't have the influence and you're not controlled anymore by those reptilians, or felinoid, or the mantis, or that you know, was that being of light, or the Nordics were kind of like in the same group, so they're all together. They left together back to their stations also. I see them back in their labs, so they're not connected to you anymore. That's the point. Your energy sphere is your house. Before your house, you had a lot of beings who would influence you, who would make you do things not for your good, you know, for rather making you suffer. But now nobody's going to control you anymore. Nobody's going to create situations for you that are negative in nature. Now, whatever you think or feel is going to come true for you, like in your creation, in your energy sphere, in your outside projection of your inner self. So,
And can I ask if I've ever had any previous lifetimes close to where I'm living right now?
like in Ireland, if you had any timelines here.
Yeah, and maybe in the vicinity of where I live now in Ireland, have I had lifetimes?
I saw 5 right away. This is your number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I see a little girl. I can tell you've been a man 3 times in Ireland. And then the woman, this is the 3rd time you're a woman. Because you feel like when your female energies are dominating your physical body, that you picked, you're more connected to nature and to earth. That's why you chose to be in this body. You're more sensitive, you know. So when you are just like you understand what you're doing, you really don't have to do much. You're like a walking antenna that connects the surface to the inside essence of the earth. You need just the energy that circulate and help it out to expand and to take over the layers of control by using the energy of people who are awakened. She does that. So
Can I get some advice on what my soul purpose is in this lifetime?
she says your purpose, you make it up yourself. You figure it out yourself. What you feel like, what you feel passionate about. It's all about you deciding for yourself. And you are that subconscious you're talking to right now also. And that subconscious you're talking to about now says that you already know that you like to work with energy subconsciously, and you also like to be in nature. You like imagining things. You like creating through imagination and things. You just think things through. It's a process, you know. It's a process of figuring out. I feel like you just don't want to tell yourself this, like you yourself don't want to say it out loud right now. Your subconscious would rather want you to figure out in the process of expansion of your consciousness to figure out what you want to do. You can try this and that, whatever you resonate with. And at some point, you'll stop doing one thing. So, but it has to do with energies and healing. So, yeah, and you're lucky to empower others by your example. So that's what it is. So if you, I don't know if you have any more questions or thinking.
I think I have come to the end of my questions, but maybe I would just like to ask, what can I do to feel more in love with life?
Yeah, just understand that you're free now, and you'll feel it from a different perspective. So basically the questions or the ideas, right, that you had to ask your subconscious before the session, they're totally different now at this point, because you just don't feel it yet. Sometimes it takes some time for people, for the whatever your subconscious did in the astral, it might take time to go down and manifest in the physical, because we're at this thick layer, and it takes longer to manifest. But you will understand it. This question is almost like a question I feel that was in your mind before the session, but now if you look at everything from a different perspective, it kind of makes sense to be right now here to help others and to go through this process yourself and see how it works.
Yes, it was a question I'd written down beforehand.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your time, Oksana.
Sure, yeah.
Really lovely.
Uh, okay, oops. I don't know, I have low battery, it says. 1 second, I'll turn off the recording.